Good morning, viewers at home. Welcome back to the Now You Know podcast. I'm Catherine Clausen, and fun fact about me, my favorite movie is Me Before You. To the right of me, I have
Noah, hi. My one fun fact about me is that my favorite movie is Countdown, and right in front of me I have.
Phoenix Molly Oliphant, and my fun fact about the movie is my favorite movie is Captain America: The First Avenger, made in 2011, starring Chris Evans. And to the right of me, I have Yusra. No, sorry.
Hi, I'm Yusra Lehman. Fun fact about me, my favorite movie is Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. And if you enjoy the podcast today, please like and subscribe and tune in for more. So guys, how do you feel like your favorite movies have impacted you?
well, mine's a romance. I don't think it has any impact, but there's death in it. Spoilers out there. The spoilers.
On the topic of death, mine is Countdown. It's a horror film where it stars a nurse who downloads an app which can tell you the exact time and date when you will die. And she has exactly 3 days to live, and she tries her best to fight it before a demon comes up and steals her soul.
Okay, no spoilers.
You
No
give me the whole
spoilers.
plotline.
Sorry. But but one thing I like about it is that some people like to view scary movies from a darker side. I like to view it from a positive. So basically, I would say that instead of living so slow, living like you know that you're gonna die sooner or later, why not just live the life to the fullest? Instead of having 3 days, oh, why am I worrying? What am I gonna do? Use the 3 days to live your life through the fullest.
What about you, Phoenix? How did it impact you?
Mine's just a man about who was powerless and then became powerful.
Does it inspire you in any way?
Yes,
In what way?
powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys think though that movies have an impact on everyone? Because I mean, I feel like everyone has at some point watched some movie, and I feel like as it's part of the media, how do you feel like it
Oh.
integrates into life?
Yeah, one movie of mine that really impacted me was the movie Super Size Me. It's about this guy, I forgot the actor's name, but what he does is he eats nothing but McDonald's for 30 days straight. And it's actually quite horrific because if I remember correctly, over 98% of the United States are overweight. And it's basically just to show the actual not death, but danger of eating fast food and how it can be extremely unhealthy for you. So it actually became really, 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 what's the word? Inspiring. Because after that, actually, a lot of United States of Americans, people, actually started to go to the gym a lot more and actually started to lose weight. So I think it's a docu film. So I'm pretty sure because of that, if people continue to watch it, it's showing awareness on how certain things could basically harm you without you even knowing it. So that's one movie I really think that impacted the world.
Yeah. What about you guys?
You sure? What about you?
Excuse me, I'm asking you.
I can't think of one right now that really. I think there's many, but I can't think of one right now.
What do you feel like? What do movies have an impact? Do they what age group do you feel like it impacts the most though?
Like teenagers,
Teenagers?
Teenagers.
teenagers to early adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most because those are the people that watch movies the most.
Mhm.
Like go to cinemas, online. You can watch movies anywhere at this time.
Yeah.
And I feel like the movie industry really takes away from that. So they monetize all those type of different movies they make.
Mm.
They can be for horror. I don't really like horror,
Yeah.
but as you said, you can view it in a positive light, and maybe
Yeah.
that inspires him.
Yeah.
And for me, it's romance because I'm a hopeless romantic. But we're not talking about that in the future, you know. And I feel like they just teach you a bit of lessons about what you need for the future. And then there's movies what's his name? I can't remember. You see, I can't remember the name.
It's okay. For you.
Where they teach you about forex trading and things like that, and different types of lessons you need to know in your life.
I'll be learning about forex trading in class right now,
Yeah, we are.
so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But Phoenix, how do you feel like movies impact the world? Do you think that they're important or no?
Not quite.
Okay, why do you say so?
most I think documentaries are maybe important to share some people's stories, but maybe movies that have actually no meaning would not be important to the world.
Wow, guys, look here, we got some comments over here. Hello to Bon Voyage.
Sorry if we are
I'm
butchering that.
brutally murdering your name. I'm sorry. Thank you for the wonderful comments, and we will definitely be able to check out the movie.
I
In
have
Between.
watched In Between. It's amazing. It's top 10. I love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they mentioned how it's especially if you've lost a loved one. So how do you feel like that would affect someone from the movie?
If they also lost a loved one and they needed like comfort in something, maybe they can see how that person relate to it.
All right. By the way, please be free to comment more stuff if you'd like. If
If you have any other comments, we'd love to hear it
please.
or see it. Because we
You can say more about spoilers if you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Encourage it.
We'll put a spoiler alert, but
uh,
describe a bit more about the movie because we
Alright.
don't obviously know about it.
So
I think this movie is basically with this girl's like it's kind of what's the thing called when it's not real? Where she can-
fictional.
yeah, fictional, but at the same time we see the main character like go through a person she lost and like
Ew.
it's Nazli, bruh. And basically she was like seeing a ghost as her boyfriend. Spoiler alert. As her boyfriend, and she basically is mourning him, and since she's mourning him, she pretends to see a ghost and she pretends he's here all the time. And in the end, like it's like really sad because that's when he like goes to the afterlife. I'm about to cry, guys. I can't even. It's really sad. But if you like that type of where they're hanging onto the person and they let go properly, this movie is excellent. Like the camera quality, the actor, oh my word, she's amazing. She was in Kissing Booth. But yeah, we love her. We love her.
Yeah, with my movie, it's a little bit of a gruesome movie. Typically, it's about, as you know, it's, you download this app on your phone, we could tell you the exact time and date when you die. And basically, the nurse, I forgot her name, she finds out that she only has 3 days to live, and her sister only has 5 days to live. So,
Thanks, Megan.
so Fagan is leaving comments here. Oh wait, lol, it's Nazli Fredericks in English. Thank you very much for that comment. But anyways, so basically she tries everything in her power to survive, and what happens is that turns out that her best friend actually downloaded it as well, and he only has 1 day to live. So what they do, they go to a priest and they try figuring out everything, and it's just this whole thing that keeps going on and it keeps unraveling itself. And then eventually, out of nowhere, they do this exorcism, but then a demon pops out of the floor and it just
Yeah.
starts chasing them, and it's just this
No.
it's a it's a thriller, but like it's a horror thriller type thing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like typically that like movies help you to show like help you to be also sometimes in touch with like your emotions. Like I mean you get like the sad, you get like the
Yeah.
horrors and everything. And it's just a whole thrill of just watching it and experiencing the movie like as is and everything. And I feel like generally it affects a lot of like our generation and younger. I mean, I remember when I was younger and I used to watch like vampire movies and I was running around telling everyone I was a vampire. And
You know who love vampires? Sage.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm?
no.
Twilight. Isn't Twilight vampire?
oh my
It's
God.
also a werewolf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she with Jacob.
She's
So like
like,
me.
Oh.
No, same. Edward is. No.
Who's Edward?
Edward is the vampire.
Yeah.
I need to watch Twilight. Okay.
But yeah, anyways, I feel like it also can help a lot with creativity. Movies itself can help a lot with how people think and everything. And it just, I feel like it inspires because I mean, how many people will base a lot of things, will base a lot of what they do because of a movie that they've watched or something that will inspire them or a film. Pronounce
All right. Nazli.
Nazli.
No,
Nazli.
she gives like a basic way to pronounce her name.
Nazi. I'm just gonna call you Nazi if that's okay. She was pretending it was real. She got to see him before he crossed over, as he was wasn't ready yet. Either it'll what? Until he was finished on Earth, I had the same experience with my late husband. It was why I keep going back to that same hotel in Century City.
Thank you for sharing that with us. That's actually very
Yeah.
personal. Yeah.
We
Sorry for your loss.
That was
thanks,
a movie. Holly, oh.
bro.
No, like for real, like it sounded like a movie. Like,
Oh,
and then I was like, Century City.
And then we've got a question up here that says, and what about kiddies movies like Inside Out? So
It's Jasmine
Made
Apron.
me
Hold on,
bore, guys. That
Natal.
made me cry.
We got a request for a shout out over here. Natal Hope.
Nantal.
She asked me to pronounce the name as Nasli.
Nasli.
Nazli. Nazli, please
Nazli.
pronounce my name to them. Nazli.
Potato, potato.
Potato,
Yeah.
potato. All right.
Inside Out, guys. That
Yeah.
kiddies movies. Like I cried and I was still young, but like that's Pixar always makes you cry. That's a Pixar
Tell me about
film.
it.
Like
Lion King.
But don't you think it's premature in growing up the children?
Yeah.
Because,
We
like,
even
how
talk-
do you mean?
then she runs away. She talks bad to her mother, and like this was for 6-year-olds and such. So, and most of the things that children watch, they usually copy it.
Yes, but like also like you can see in the end how she emotionally is going through all this, and that emotions in her head is explaining everything. For a kid to like see this, and maybe they feel the same way, they can see, oh, maybe I should like stay, maybe go through all of this.
But
you
when
know?
you were a child and you saw vampires on your TV, didn't you want to become a vampire?
Tell me about
So
it.
when you see a child run away from home and be mean to her parents, doesn't that maybe?
Yes, but you're not listening to the lesson of the whole movie.
What's the lesson?
That she was going through something, and in the end she came back to her family to like tell her family what she was going through, that she was sad about leaving a place, and maybe a kid will like understand that. But for you, if you think a kid's gonna run away from that, but maybe yeah, because most of the movies people watch, they do copy.
And what about in the second one?
There isn't a second one.
There's
That's fake.
What's
I
second
tell
one?
you now, it's fake.
What's it
Oh
gonna
yeah, it looks like we got some beef going on over here. Twilight was rubbish. All right. Sage is getting a little bit aggravated.
Catherine.
I cannot.
Representation.
Thank you.
Trailers already out. And in the trailer they
Representation.
show Riley runs away for a boy.
Damn, okay.
But the representation of vampires. It was a series, not a
Vampire Diaries, guys.
movie
But
film.
guys,
Vampire Diaries.
we were busy talking obviously about like how it like impacts everyone and how it especially impacts children, but specifically Disney and Pixar and such, and that even goes into the Arrivals lessons that we were talking about. So what do you guys have to say about that? Can someone explain what the Arrivals are and more or less how it affects the media?
Honestly, The Arrivals for me, it was actually a really, really great film. It impacted me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of children, in a very special way that not a lot of people could understand, because we all had our own views on it. And so with all other movies. But Catherine, what was your views on it?
I don't really. I feel like it's a bit intense, if I can remember it correctly, from the isn't it a docu-film? Because like they like explain a lot of things that's happening in today's world. So I feel like it'd be intense for a young person to watch it. For us, we watched it because it was educational to our lesson, and for other kids to just go into it immediately and watch the docu-film, it's gonna be like really hectic. What about you, Yusra?
For me, I feel like it was very eye-opening and such. Talking about how the media has affected us in ways that we didn't even realize. And it's not to say that the media can be bad, it's just the way that you look at things and what you focus on. But it's important to know the different things that are out there and to see both the good and the bad for you to make a decision of your own. But yeah.
I just think that it's crazy how they encourage the children, the youth, like such as us, to what happens in the movies. Like, I don't know if this was real, but apparently children, like after the Princess and the Frog movie came out, children wanted to kiss frogs. And
Tell me
I don't know
about
if
it.
that's real, but and also it's the way that they describe how every single princess needs a prince to come and save her in every single movie. Cinderella, Tangled.
But one thing I don't understand about these movies, and one thing I like Wreck-It Ralph the movie, is that all princesses need a man to come save them, right? But in Wreck-It Ralph, the princess, what Wreck-It Ralph, you know, the little child, she's technically
Penelope von Street.
yeah. I love how you know the exact name.
My favorite character.
Yeah, but she's a princess, but she doesn't need Ralph to save her. She can do it. She can do it on her own.
I feel like Disney and Pixar have slowly started to get better with the representation of women and things, but even so, it has already like left a big mark on a majority of people, and still people are still watching the old movies and such like that, and are still taking that in as what is right and wrong. So, I mean, hopefully, no one goes about taking apples from strange people and passing
Yeah.
away.
You can take a little night nap, a little night nap.
Yeah, I feel like Disney and Pixar, since we grew up with it so much, our views on it has been twisted. So yeah, with princesses and princes, there's always been this with a princess there must be a prince. But like for Mulan, I like Mulan, but like there's also a prince in there, and I'm like, but she was a strong woman. She went to go fight in a war, but at the same time, at the end of the movie, they show a man saying, "I want to marry you," blah blah blah, and I feel like that's another way of showing that there's always gonna be a man, but it doesn't have to be a man, you know.
I'm like, there are a lot of strong females in the world who can look after themselves, right? Who have the career, who have done amazing, who have achieved amazing accomplishments throughout their life.
Yeah. But after watching the Arrivals and such, how have your views changed though on movies and media? Because I mean, I know it's changed mine.
Yeah. It has really put a new view on everything. Typically I would just watch stuff, but now I constantly have like the Rivals playing in the back of my head. I analyze. It is a word. I was thinking it wasn't a word. Analyze every single movie, and it's just this whole thing. And
Analyze?
Analyze.
Analyze
analysis
and analyze.
Just put them together, new words.
What about you, Phoenix? Has anything changed for you after watching it, or you just
Not quite.
Hmm?
Things are just the same. I mean, I do take cognizance of what I watch, but it's not going to stop me off from watching one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But one way you can get everybody's views is by checking out the blogs, and here we have Easily Creative's blogs, aka Yusra, sitting right across from me, and honestly one of the
blessed? It is blessed, yeah. Thanks.
best blogs I've ever had. It's so intricately made. She really goes into detail about everything, and you can view everybody's
I like how the
blogs.
disclaimers at the bottom.
Facts.
I did say it. I did think I put it at the top. I said disclaimer. It's for watching the actual videos itself. So yeah, there's a lot of Illuminati things and
you
such.
know, two things that have really impacted the way I view stuff is the social dilemma and the Arrivals. Those two things have really impacted.
Okay.
So the social dilemma, and now thanks to Arrivals, I can't stop viewing secret symbols and stuff inside of YouTube videos and everything. So
Phoenix, though, can you explain what Jimmy Kimmel is busy doing? Not Jimmy Kimmel.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Sorry, I'm getting confused because I'm reading Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Can you explain what he's doing, and what it's supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Explain, dude.
It's the Illuminati.
Yeah, but why is he doing that?
Symbolic meaning. It's in our faces, but we still take it as a joke.
Yeah.
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 Typically, didn't he go on stage and he was like doing that, and he spoke to the other guys saying, "You know why we do this?" He was, Jim Carrey was basically telling everybody how the Illuminati is actually controlling them all, and then eventually, when his Apple phone rang, he turned into a so-called robot, air quotes, to show on how everything is being controlled through not only our faces and what we watch, but also digital media.
And I also feel like Jim Carrey also he comes out about a lot of the Illuminati things. Like he'll if you watch most of his movies show him like what the media and the Illuminati is doing to control people.
Yeah.
And is it able for us to get that video up and
He
running?
did it.
Oh.
I think this is the new one. Did you click on? I'm not sure.
No, I'm
But we love
I'm pretty
the
sure it's the
ads.
original.
We love the ads. No, this
Yeah,
is
we
the
do.
new one. This is
Yeah.
the one we didn't watch though.
Is this the one we didn't watch?
We didn't watch this one.
Does Jim Carrey have a beard now?
Yeah, he's old, man.
Yeah.
Bro.
There you go.
Damn.
Distorted
Ooh.
image. Yeah, so he comes out, he shakes his hand, and then there it is. You know, basically saying how now
So,
the
yeah.
You can see Jimmy Kimmel is like a bit like what's going on, but you can see he's awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that?
And
Yeah.
I believe he called it the mocking mouth because usually the sign for the Illuminati is the triangle and the eye. So this is him trying to break out of it and to show like the media.
And
Yeah.
one person who I very believe who used to be a big fan of, who was very active in the Illuminati, was Eminem. Throughout all of his songs, there were a lot of stuff. But since Yusra, you told me on how this is the mocking,
The mocking mouth.
yeah. Well, Eminem has actually been in there, and then he came out, then he went back in, then he came out. There was a whole it was an episode on the Rivals, I think it was.
Okay.
But he came in, then he went out, he came in,
But
then he went out.
Don't you guys think that he's a comedian and he's just making fun of it?
No, because
sees there's a cult like following to this phenomenon, and that he's making fun of it.
I typically think that yes, he is trying to make fun of them, but I also think that he's also trying to make a statement without trying to get in trouble in a way.
So using comedy as a way to get his message across.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I think he's trying to tell you something without getting in trouble. That's why I think he's actually doing it in such a way, in a comedic view. Because when you think of Jim Carrey, first thing you think of is comedy. So typically, but we're gonna get sued here. But yeah, so that's basically everything.
And I feel like typically if people don't use it as a joke or if they are not straightforward about it, you're obviously going to get into a lot of trouble and things. And a lot of the time with specifically those Tonight shows and just the interviewing shows
Yeah.
and such, it's very fake. It's very edited and things. The things that we see on the media isn't exactly what has happened.
We think everything's live. It's just like it's pre-recorded.
Or it's the case where there've been like laugh tracks being put on something to make it seem as if it was a funny joke when it actually really wasn't, when it's supposed to be serious. And I feel like that's what makes us, the people of the media, so blind to what is actually happening. Because when you hear that laugh track, you just think, oh, I must laugh as well because this is obviously not real. This is not a joke. He's not being serious right now. And I believe after Jim Carrey went onto the show, after he did that, he was sent to an insane asylum. And because people were saying like, this can't be real, instead of actually opening up their mind to see, what is in front of them and such.
And one movie I really like that also grabs people's attention, shows how life really is Sodium Day.
Yes.
The
South
movie that we
Africa.
just watched.
Yeah.
Sodium Day, it's I love how it takes characters from everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah.
No, it really shows
Yeah.
everything. It takes a serious view. It takes a comedic
Comedy.
Comedic.
view.
Yeah. Comedic.
It takes everything.
Yeah.
Just to go back on the topic of putting it in front of us, but technically, don't you think they would want us to know to show them that they have the control? Because it happens in every single movie that we watch, but yet we're all like, oh no, it's like a joke. It's supposed to
Yeah.
happen. they technically showing us that you can think that, but we'll put it in front of you and you still won't know what it means.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I guess they're trying to do that, bless you.
That was a cough.
Oh, cough, bless you, and bless you for a cough.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get they're trying to hide everything, but like Fagan said, they're doing this in front of you. They're hiding it. They're doing it in plain sight.
Yeah.
They're controlling everything and anything that you're doing. What you watch, what you scroll, it's all pre-planned. So
And I mean, I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but not too long back, like there was this huge meme. Whenever there's a triangle or something, then someone's just like the Illuminati, then the Illuminati song plays in the background.
wait,
No, that's
No.
a victory song. That's a victory song.
Oh,
Can't get to it now. But anyways, like I don't know if anyone else seen those type of memes or whatever before.
yeah.
And in
I
that
don't think so.
Yeah, but in that sense, we have like even grown up to believe, oh, it's a joke, it's not real. But clearly, this can't all just be a coincidence.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like films such as this, who is made by a South African director, our math teacher, Love.
Yeah.
But how do you
Shout
feel
out.
like
Yeah.
this
Little plug.
Yeah, so Sodium Day was a representation of South Africa, specifically in the township areas and such, and the children, what they experience and things like that, and just basically life within South Africa. Because I feel like either in most media cases, you'll either get a very glorified South Africa or you live in a hut and you have lions walking around. You know what I'm saying? And
Tell me
what a lot
about
of-
it.
That's
Like
what,
me, when I was younger, I had to cross the safari,
Yeah.
and then I had to hop on my lion, and then and then in front of that, I have to get on my tiger,
Yeah.
and then I stopped by Wakanda to go say hello to T'Challa, and it was just such a hassle to get to school all my days.
Tell me about it. Nah, but like my master pet Jumbo, the elephant. Oh, he was so amazing.
Yeah.
But like I hate having to eat my lions. I always had to eat for breakfast. Oh, it was so sad.
Yeah. Difficult life of a South African, guys.
Tell me about it.
But how do you feel like this represents South Africa in a good, bad way? How do you feel about it?
It's in the most iconic way there is, because this is what's happening in most of South Africa. Like when you're watching the movie, there's different views of different characters, and since this movie has so much characters in them, you can view it as you can see it as Khayelitsha or a colored view or even the white view. In spoilers, in the movie, there was a white school coming to this school, and I feel like when they showed that type of the different ethnicities, they can be like, you can choose which character you find as the main. For me, it was Brian, blah blah. He was
Blah,
like
blah.
the comedic relief. He was always making a joke, but at the same time, he was being serious. And you can see like what he goes through as a. I'm not gonna like culturalize what he is, but like at the same time, he was a good representation of.
Bob, why?
Flats.
I don't know. A little scene from the movie. Blah.
Yeah.
So like one of the teachers will go 12Y, settle down, and then blah blah. Was it blah blah?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll go, I don't know, basically saying how 12Y as the question, 12Y, and then they'll go, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
But one thing I like is how they also put a little comedic view on a serious topic. So like there were a lot of jokes in there and stuff, but then there were also like serious scenes in it, such as the disclaimer, gangsterism in there, and how the gangsters mistook a child and how they wanted to hurt him seriously badly. And I'm pretty sure I went to the bathroom, but not really. I don't know what happened after that.
There's a lot of
But-
satire in the movie.
Yeah.
You know?
But I also feel like it's really good that they show the different races and stuff all together, because that is how South Africa is. Like a lot of people will just assume like who we are because we're South African based, and they'll say like the color of your skin. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the media, we've only been portrayed as,
People who don't have water.
What?
People who don't have water.
Or
Yeah.
muddy water. We have like dirty
no,
water.
no electricity, and that's like partially true, but
Okay.
that's beside the point. But it's good to show that like Rainbow Nation, kind of thing, like because that is actually how we are. and a lot of people from the media don't see that, and that's, I think, really amazing. So yeah, you, Phoenix, what's your view?
My view on the Sodium Day is just it's a really good movie. Like I can't quite put myself in the student shoes because I have never been in a Cape Flats school, but I've visited, but I've never been in there. So I feel like if we ever had to go to a Cape Flats school, we would be those people who do that.
Tell me about it. That was a really cool thing.
We would be the exchange, not the
Yeah.
exchange students.
We
though.
would.
Not exchange, the
Just for the day. Just for the day.
I love how in the one scene with the guy who like the surfer dude, like, oh dude, yo, it was saw,
His
dude.
name's Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Arashi in our school.
I love how they're like, when he goes up to the gangsters, like, take them on, he's like, yo, bro, like, what's going on here? And out of nowhere, he's like, wat is het maar duidelijk, jy?
He literally coaches just in front of our eyes.
But I feel like even if we haven't been in the Cape Flats community and such, we still are surrounded by those people, and we have, I think, since we are all colored here, we have at least like heard the slang, know what it's about, you know what I'm saying? And it's, even though we've never been in that situation, I feel like we can all at some point relate to something being said in there, or a certain character, or, you know what I'm saying?
You guys are so cool. Thank you very much for that. We really appreciate all the comments you guys send to us. And please feel free to send more and we'll give you a shout out. Subscribe. just saying that. Yeah. Nah, but like one thing I really love is how we get nice little comments from our viewers. It's really special knowing that we have people out there who love watching us, and we really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the time you take out to just sit down and, you know, take a gander at what we do. We really appreciate it, and thank you for subscribing and liking. And please, again, feel free to leave a comment.
Oh, but before we go and such, because I love forcing my childhood on all of you, what do you guys think about District 6?
I was just thinking about
District
that. Oh my word. Since I just watched it for the first time, I'm still pretty new to it, and I feel like I need to watch it again because it's brilliant. Oh my word. But people would say it's kind of what's the word? Not cringy, but like it's not like what's the word? I can't think of the word, but I just really like the movie, the film, theater film, because of like what shows the past of South Africa and what some people went through during that time through the art of music and movie and theater and all the creativeness that goes into it. The 3-6 is just generally something that happened in our history, and they made a film out of it, a theater film out of it, that just symbolizes everything in South Africa, what the Klopse was in it. I love the Klopse. Go to see it every year. The best. Yeah, you start just going crazy.
District 6. I love how they just like
Let's just explain a bit though what it was, because I mean we're saying what, like, you know, but it's
happened
basically
in the theater.
Yeah, it's a play that happened, I think, in 2007. Yeah, because I remember on the back of the CD box.
I was born that time.
But yeah, so it's about like our culture and what happened during apartheid and everything, and also how the community of District 6, how black, colored and white people who are living in harmony, just to be pushed out by the rules of apartheid. So yeah.
What are your insights on the movie, Noah?
Honestly, I actually cried during the movie, because I felt so bad for all these people who are living decent lives and how they were really just normal people who were just, you know, just trying to live and make a living. And then out of nowhere, they were forced out and out of the place, and they were just. I'm gonna cry. I mean, I don't know why. I felt like I related to these people. I don't know how. And
So, what do you think since it's your favorite theater movie?
Love. Oh my gosh, love. But I absolutely just adore like the songs and everything. I think it's so like just I don't know if maybe it's just because I grew up with it or whatever, but I really just enjoyed listening to it. Like I swear the music in District 6 is the only thing that can make me dance. Honestly, any other song I will
K-pop.
restrain myself.
Pull
I
up
will restrain myself.
K-pop right now,
No,
and you'll
but-
see you sort of just bust the move.
No, that's Catherine. But I feel like it's so amazing just to see our people like from South Africa and stuff make it so big. Like they went onto Broadway and things. Nines, love you,
I mean, like
Jodie.
we have so
Abrams.
we got so many amazing actors and comedians and DJs. For one is DJ Mad Fingers. We got little plug over there. We got Black Coffee. We got Trevor Noah as a comedian slash actor. We got so many people. One thing I just can't speak anymore. It's weird, you know, because people always view us as like this people who either live in huts, as Yusra said, or we live somewhere in Kailicha and shacks, you know. But in actual fact, most of us are like thriving. We are wonderful, strong, amazing people who are capable of anything.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't see our potential as much, or I feel like the media so represses it in things. So it's just, I don't know, I really connect with this film and everything. And I don't know, it brings out the color in me. Love it.
And
I feel like that girl from Sodium Day, they're just like, this is my black people.
Your mind in the closet.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
right, just the way she was stuffed in the closet. I'm gonna go sit by my black people over here. And like the one guy, who was it? The one what's the guy's name? The one black kid. There were two of them at the back. One of them pulls out the weapons disclaimer. One of them pulls out a little knife,
Yeah.
and the other one pulls out a little wood stick. I'm pretty sure he ripped off of the wall. It's like just a little wooden stick. It's like you see with stuff like that, and how they put a comedical view on a lot of stuff.
But what about you? Have you guys, like, how do you guys feel like, how would you compare Sodium Day and District 6?
Well,
I
Because
prefer
the two-
Stadium Day.
But
I really like both.
but what do you feel like is the differences? What do you think highlights more, you know? What are the different things that?
I think the 6 views it more in like what happens at the end and all the different things that happen in District 6, like the Klopse is something that started in District 6, whereas Sodium Day represents now, what is happening now in the Cape Flats and the different coloured communities or other communities that is happening in South Africa. But District 6 was just a generalization of people getting kicked out of their homes during apartheid for a view. White people wanted a view.
But I
You
think
know?
most of us on this podcast could relate more to Sodium Day than District 6. Because I don't think any of us have ever been kicked out of our homes,
Yeah.
forced out of our homes and such.
Okay. Looks like I was wrong on princesses. Moana and Brave. Ooh, you guys are right about that one.
That's why I did say that Disney and Pixar have slowly started to become better, but
Yeah.
it still has left its impact already. It's out there. It's we still grow up with Ariel. We still grow up with Sleeping Beauty. We
Yeah.
grow up with Snow White. You know, it hasn't disappeared. It still has a large impact because
Yeah.
they are still idolized in Disney as the main princesses.
And Catherine, looks like you got a supporter on Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan is queen. She's amazing.
And then we got Square. Don't know
Can't
what
see
that
It's
means.
an emoji, but like the computer can't get it.
No.
Can I just ask you guys something?
Yeah.
Like you compare the two movies, right? But don't you think that because of the District 6 content, and you guys are from South Africa or Cape Town, and you are coloured, that it rings more, like she said, it touches a part of your heart that the other movie can't, that any, whether it's from Hollywood or whether it's from, what is it, Nollywood? No?
Bollywood.
Bollywood.
Bollywood, sorry, Bollywood. Sorry. Yeah, so don't you guys think that it touches your heart. There's soul to the movie that only colours can really understand. I think it's a human movie if you think about it. But I think we as Cape Townians, especially, we see the deeper, and we understand and we feel the deeper meaning behind what the guy tried to instill in that movie.
Yeah.
Don't you guys think that?
I think there definitely is a deeper meaning in all of it.
I feel like specifically, like I feel like maybe it also why maybe it connects to you, Nantel, is that also the older generation experienced it more. Experienced like the pulling apart, the separation more so than what we have, or experienced the effect of it more so than what we are now. Even though it still has an effect. And I feel like why I enjoy it a lot more mostly than the others and stuff, because I have grown up with it and I've been told about it and everything like that. A lot of the time now, we like, even when we were in class, there were a lot of people that didn't even know District 6 was a place or where it was and such like that.
Yeah.
Because of this lack of knowledge of what happened in our past. Because even though it is great that we are living in the present and we are thinking about our future, we also need to know what happened in the past to not repeat that. Because in this time now, even after apartheid, in a sense, we have kind of just switched the roles in a lot of different aspects. Which is just repeating history once again, you know?
Looks like we're making some good content over here. Wow, with 5 exclamations?
Wow.
Are we actually going to sit here and count it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
So it looks like we're doing well over here. Thank you for the wonderful comment. The Joe Zone. The Joe Zone.
Yeah. I got a little goosebumps watching District 6, and I think because it's our past and it happened, I feel like I got vibes from that, you know?
Yeah.
That's the cause of the goosebumps. The music in it, the actors in it, you could see they were representing something that was like really big. And it's still, you have to, as Yusra said, you have to know about your past to not repeat what might happen in the future.
Yeah.
We have to like plan for a better future, and if we want to do that, we have to not repeat.
Yeah, but I know Phoenix, so you obviously enjoyed Sodium Day much more. So how do you feel like that affects you, like Sodium Day itself?
Personally, I just like the comedy, and technically we haven't had a lot of good South African movies. We haven't had good South African movies in a while, actually. So, and most of our actors are in America, such as Charlize Theron. So technically, we don't have any recognition. You know, I feel like that was a really good movie.
Yeah, but like I really think, like I said previously, they really put like a little comedical spin on a serious topic, and I love that about it. And I don't know really what to say about it. You know, it's just that there's so many things you can say about it, but you don't know what to say about it. You know, you love it, and then there's like the ups or downs with each movie. You know, and it's just this whole thing going on.
But guys, how do you feel though? Because we will watch a lot of films and movies and such at Blask and things. But how do you feel like it's important to do that at schools instead of using textbooks? Does it make more of an impact, or how do you feel? Do you prefer movies, textbook?
Definitely, I prefer movies over textbooks.
I prefer a mix because I'm a visual learner, and I also love like just to learn about something through art. But then again, I want like hard proof that in the textbooks, you know. So a bit of both would be actually amazing, you know.
Yeah, but like for me, I'm a audio learner, I guess. So typically, I'll learn better if I watch videos than actually reading, because I hate reading.
We're gonna work on that. Fagan's gonna drill it into you. Same with Rash.
Fagan's gonna drill it into me. My mom texted Fagan saying, "Wow, my son's reading for once." You know, like I was reading a book that Fagan got from the library, and it was just an amazing thing. Yeah, but I definitely think that for the children who teachers need to take some time to understand what kind of learner each student is. For Fagan, he actually took the time out of his day, and so did Kim do for the juniors.
But in a class of what, usually 40-something, how are they supposed to go into detail with every single child? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some people just don't have that privilege, which luckily we do. But what about you, Phoenix?
Um,
Do you feel like it's better for movies or textbooks, and why do you feel like?
I would say movies because I'm a big fan of movies, but sometimes it's better to have a textbook so you can go over the work. Sometimes like I will be at home and then I would just not know what to do, and like last year I would probably have a textbook or something to at least check the work. No disrespect to Fagan though.
Yeah.
But for for personally, because I'm gonna put my African opinion here, my 5 cents. But I honestly enjoy more the films and the movies and such like that, and rather taking notes, because I feel like for me it's easier to have a visual and hearing it itself than reading it, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I have to read a page like 3 times for it to like sink
Tell
in.
me
you know?
about it.
So it's really good, and I really would encourage teachers to find a very impactful film, movie, something that's important things, and using that as your lesson instead of just a textbook. Even though textbooks, like we said, are important for having the hard evidence, that like the writing and everything. It's just as important to see for the visual learners and for most people to have something that will also intrigue them and to capture their attention.
Help them learn better.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like, guys, I feel like, how would you conclude our conversation of today? What would you like people to take out of it?
That you can have your favorite movie and all those other things, but there has to be a few lessons in different things you watch, or maybe not even lessons, but something that can impact you, but not in a negative way, in a positive way.
I agree. Like with my movie, even though it's a horror movie, I like to view things on a positive view.
Exactly,
Like every
yeah.
time I come to school, even though I could have a terrible day, I try and smile. I try and go through it, because the smile a day will keep everybody who's negative away. Yeah. So Phoenix,
Kurt by
how about
Nova.
you?
I would like to pass the mic on to Yusra and we can and then
Oh, you're gonna conclude for
Yeah.
us?
Alright.
Okay.
I'll conclude.
But I feel as though, I hope everyone takes away from this that it's important to watch films and to learn from films and everything like that, but to also just open up your mind to the different aspects of it and things. So I definitely think everyone should go and watch The Arrivals and to go and look at our blog posts
Yeah.
and everything to
Little plug
read about it
over
and
there.
watch. Because it's not all bad, but it's also not all good. So we need to find the balance in both and make sure that we keep on looking at what is the better option, if that makes sense. But yeah, Phoenix?
Personally, I didn't know that we could give spoilers, but mine is that when Steve was skinny and brown, no one would ever give him the time of day. Like, they said he wasn't good enough for the army, they said he wasn't this. The girls used to like toss him away easily, but then as soon as he got buff and like was a superhero, everyone was just on him.
Simps. They became simps.
He's talking about his favorite movie.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is it Civil War or
It's the first Avenger.
Captain America First Avenger?
Yeah. But yeah.
And I would just like to conclude this by maybe everyone going around and saying a word of inspiration.
A word of inspiration. Okay,
word
give
of
us a starting.
inspiration.
Give us a starting.
My word of inspiration is you matter.
You matter.
For me, it's one of them that Fagan always says, that always really speaks with me, is be the change you want to see in people.
I mean, I think mine will be I always say this one, but it always sticks with me. You have two important days in your life: when you were born and the reason you find out why. And I just feel that you have to find your why.
Yeah. I feel like mine is act your potential, not your age.
Yeah.
So, Phoenix, last?
I just would like you guys to say now you know of this because obviously
Now
it's
you
the Now You
know.
Know podcast.
Hey.
So thank you guys for tuning in and have a great rest of the day.
See you.
Dun, 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 dun.